Hi everyone, Bernardo here. Have you ever given money out to charity? How does it feel? This week I'll be exploring the relationship between altruism and personal happiness. Think about the last time you gave out money to charity, be it a round-up dollar to McDonald's or the last minute giveaway for tax return purposes. How do you feel? Now think about the last meaningful gift that you gave out to someone you love. Maybe just a box of chocolates to your partner or a box of donuts to your coworker. Does it feel different in any capacity? It is quite well documented that money does make you happy, but only to a point. The relationship between income and reported levels of happiness is one of diminishing returns. In the US, for instance, the curve hits a plateau at around $80,000 a year. And this relationship is being observed in different countries around the globe. Elizabeth Dunn, she has been studying what makes people happy. And for the last decade, she was digging deeper and deeper into the relationship between the way we spend money and the way we experience happiness. In 2008, she published a short yet called powerful paper at UBC, in which participants who were randomly assigned to spend money on others experienced it and reported greater levels of happiness than those assigned to spend money on themselves. She experimented with toddlers and adults in randomized trials and came to the conclusion that giving out to others can make about the same difference for happiness as having twice as much income. However, the way you give out makes all the difference. Elizabeth's research raises the question that giving might be part of human nature, that we evolved to feel pleasure when supporting another human being in the same way that we evolved to feel pleasure when eating sugar or having sex. It is meant to make us survive and thrive as a species. Last year, she shared her experience with the group of 5 in Vancouver, Canada. So the Canadian government, they allow any 5 Canadian citizens to privately sponsor a family of refugees. And her main takeaway from all of this experience was the fact that the proximity was a crucial factor in this whole endeavor. Physical distance creates abstraction. So when we hear the large numbers around our contemporary humanitarian crisis, we just don't grasp the impact whatsoever. So whenever we hear numbers like there are more than 6 million refugees from the Syrian civil war, or there are more than 40 million people experiencing modern slavery right now, we just don't get it. Our brains, we just don't comprehend the impact of these numbers. So when donating something, either money or time, people report much higher levels of happiness when they can envision and track where the money or effort is going to. So on the other hand, when donating to large charity funds, most subjects, they don't report the same levels of happiness at all, nor any kind of emotional return. The financial donation is still there and still can make a difference, but on a personal level, whoever is donating that money can only feel the spike in personal happiness if they can see, if they can envision how their money is going to be used. So you can find companies like Thank You out there that provide a unique tracking ID to see where donation is going to, and they're doing a great job to incorporate such aspects into their business model. And you can also see charities like Teto, in which volunteers physically build houses in South America, and they're an amazing example of how proximity fosters the kind of personal gratification that triggers people to come back and help again and again and again. The power of using individual incentives to foster altruism can be life-changing, and to both ends, the one giving out and the one receiving. And if your line of work involves any kind of social impact out there to any kind of extent, reward the donors with the opportunity to see the specific impact that they're causing. Reward the donors with the opportunity to connect with the individuals and communities that they're helping. That's it for this week. Let me know if you have any questions and what you think, and if you could use any kind of these tips to any project you're working right now. And as always, feel free to connect, comment, or message me. See you next week.